Nutso Nancy Pelosi chases Congressman across House floor. Watch video by Gary Mayer for USA Politics Today. It's still the talk of the town and beyond. Nancy Pelosi's unhinged "How dare you" display on the floor of the House, confronting then chasing down a congressman who had the you-know-whats to criticize Pelosi's leadership on immigration reform and border security. The Cali Queen of Mean lost it. In an unusual breach of decorum, even for the divided Congress, House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi chased Representative Tom Marino across the House floor, taking offense at comments by the Pennsylvania Republican during debate on the border funding bill. That congressman who was the target of Nutty Nancy's wrath, Tom Marino, later described to Fox News what happened and how Pelosi angrily insulted him and his constituents, calling him insignificant several times. Oh, she is becoming unhinged. After Marino concluded his remarks, and as many Republicans applauded their colleague, Pelosi crossed the chamber again in view of cameras, enraged, pointing and sticking her finger at Marino. She then followed Marino up a Republican aisle, gesturing and arguing with him. Lawmakers on the GOP side gathered in dismay as one spoke out to tell the chair that the House was not in order in an effort to halt the bickering. According to Pelosi spokeswoman Evangeline George, Leader Pelosi just wanted to remind the congressman that House Democrats had the courage to pass the DREAM Act and have the courage to stand up for what the American people want: bipartisan, comprehensive immigration reform. George added that Pelosi accepted the congressman's apology, but Marino's chief of staff, Bill Tye, stressed that Marino did not apologize to Pelosi and will not apologize. Representative Marino did not apologize to Leader Pelosi. Why should he? And does not intend to do so, as he has nothing to apologize for. She was entirely out of line in approaching him while he was recognized and delivering remarks on the floor. Ty wrote in an email, her staff's comment in your story about her accepting his apology is simply not true. Let's take a listen here. That's hilarious, though.
Well, the House revives and approves a Republican-authored border crisis bill, but not without some drama on the floor of the House of Representatives. Watch this. Nancy Pelosi comes and becomes unhinged and chases Congressman Tom Marino of Pennsylvania across the House floor.
Apparently, I hit the right nerve.
New York is recognized. Gentlewoman from New York is recognized.
It's chilling. Joining us now, Republican Congressman Tom Marino. Congressman, thanks a lot for coming on.
It's my pleasure.
Glad to see you in one piece. What was your response? How afraid were you when you saw the former speaker coming after you?
I was a prosecutor for 18 years. I was a DA and a United States attorney. I've been threatened by drug dealers, organized crime, and murderers. This was a walk in the park.
So what did she say to you?
I really didn't hear until she came right up to my face. Someone hollered as I was speaking, which there was a tremendous breach of decorum here. If she wanted me to stop, she could have asked if I could, if she could talk for a moment, or she didn't like my words, she could have brought them down, but there was nothing to bring down. She just lost it. But she came over and started calling me a liar. And that's when I said, no, I do my homework, I did my research, these are the facts. You might want to try that once in a while.
So what were you alleging that she disputed?
I was alleging that, don't forget, when the Republicans had control, the Democrats had control of the House, the White House, and the Senate from 209 to 210. And my statement was, during that time, there was no significant immigration work done. You know, there were pieces of it, but it had nothing to do with dealing with border security.
Yes.
And it was actually just a precursor to open amnesty. And I criticized, you're making a political issue out of it now. Why didn't you do something about it when you had control of the House, the White House, and the Senate?
That's an absolutely fair question. Now,
Absolutely, the facts are there.
You said that Nancy Pelosi called you insignificant?
She called me insignificant. When I continued to talk, she was talking in one ear as I was standing there, and when I was continuing my presentation, I was finishing up, and said apparently I struck a nerve here, but my facts can be substantiated. And then I started walking back up the aisle, and somebody hollered, "Watch out behind you." And
there's a rogue speaker behind you?
Yeah, she came and she was wagging her finger at me, and I said, "Would you like to take this off the floor? Let's go back to the room." And she just was losing it. And you know something, the part that bothered me, because you know, there's some people in Congress that act like royalty.
Yes.
And it's an important job for me, but I came from a low middle class family, still remember my roots. My dad was a firefighter and a janitor. And for someone to wag their finger in my face and tell me I'm insignificant, twice, "You're insignificant," and I said, you know, this is no way to behave. The only two people that get away with wagging their finger in my face are my wife and my mother.
Yes.
And I'm not going to take this from anyone. I would not do this to anyone. My father always told me to be a gentleman, and I was a perfect gentleman. But I'm not going to stand there because telling me I was insignificant, she was telling my constituents and the rest of America, "You're insignificant." And you look up in what this means in Webster's, it means not important, unimportant, little, not worthy. And that's the attitude there. And I'm a street fighter. I'm not going to take it from anybody.
Especially someone who hasn't flown commercial in many years, who's one of the richest members of Congress.
Yeah. And I drove myself here today from Williamsport, Pennsylvania, 4.5 hours with my family in my truck, and we will drive back. I don't have an entourage. I don't bring staff members with me. And I ran several years ago on downsize government, keep taxes low, cut the cost, and less federal government in my life, the better. And I'm a term limit guy. And yesterday was the exact reason why we need term limits.
Congressman Tom Marino, thanks for joining us this morning. I'm glad you drove.
You're very welcome.
The woman's off her meds, or maybe she's taking too much. I don't know. He should, but I heard that he was upset from what she said, because again, she said you're insignificant. That's hitting below the belt. That has nothing to do with the with what you want to say about and she was out of line also. That wasn't her turn to speak. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and again, thank you so much for watching.